The AEW Continental Classic. I said a few weeks ago when they announced this thing that they gotta load this shit up because their history with tournaments is not great. I think everybody can agree with that. With the talent roster that they've never truly loaded up a tournament that they've done. I think the closest one they ever did was probably when the champions tournament thing they did to crown a champion because Punk got injured at All Out. I think that was the closest thing we've had to like a great tournament with like good names in it. They had like Moxley, Danielson, Jericho, um, others. I can't remember. But so they announced the participants at 1 o'clock yesterday. We'll have two leagues, the Gold League and the Blue League. The winners of a match by pinfall or just submission in general will get 3 points. If it's a tie, they will get 1 point. Every match is 20-minute time limit, and the winner of each league face off at World's End in Long Island. And this is the only problem I have with it, man. The winner gets 3 belts. The New Japan Strong Openweight Championship, which is basically a dead title because they haven't taped Strong episodes in months. It's been months since they taped Strong episodes. They just been airing stuff they've been doing, like their American shows, their Capital Collision show, their Multiverse United show they did with Impact, their Battle in the Valley show. Like they haven't taped Strong shows in months. So that title is basically it's just there type thing. It's just there. They don't do Strong tape music, so that title is irrelevant. And I'm sorry to Eddie Kingston, but it is what it is. They don't tape shows for Strong. And the other title is the Ring of Honor World Championship. Another More people watch Impact than people watch Ring of Honor. The sub count is the only way to watch Ring of Honor is through Honor Club, and the subscription count is like under 30K. So, and they tape Ring of Honor before and after Dynamite and Collision, and nobody stays. Nobody stays for the tapings ever, and it sucks. Ring of Honor has never been more dead of a product. Even when it was going out of business, like even when the Young Bucks left, right? They couldn't draw crowds. Like when Cody, the Bucks, Marty, Hangman, Daniels, Kazarian, Scorpio Sky, when all of them left, they could not draw anybody to the fucking shows ever. Like they just couldn't do it. They would try. They brought in guys like the Gorillas of Destiny, um, Alex Shelley. Like they truly tried, but ever since they left, that company has just been dead. Okay, and then when Tony bought it, it just I mean, like what what happens on ROH TV? Every time I look at the lineup for ROH shows, or I look at the spoilers, it's just random ass matches. So I'm sorry, but adding the Strong title and the ROH World title to two companies that have the worst television. Strong doesn't even have TV. They don't tape. And Ring of Honor, nobody stays for the tapings. Nobody watches because it's AEW Dark. And then there's a new championship that the winner gets, the Continental Championship. Does this company really need more belts? Honestly, look on the screen. We have the 6-man titles. We got the TBS Women's Championship, the AEW Women's Championship, the World Championship, the TNT Championship, the International Championship, and the Tag Team title. You have 3 singles men's championships. That's good enough. So we're gonna have four singles men's championships? For what? 3 is perfectly fine. I mean, you look at WWE. They have 2 world championships, and they have the Intercontinental Championship and the United States Championship. That's it for men's championships, excluding NXT. I mean, damn. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 championships in total already in AEW. I don't think adding a 4th men's championship will do it. I don't think adding any other championship will add anything to the show, honestly. All right, and we see championships from other promotions. We see the ROH championships. We see New Japan championships from time to time. We don't need no. We don't. They don't need any more championships. I don't understand how hard it was for them to just be like, okay, the winner of this tournament gets the world championship at Revolution. Boom, simple. Instead of adding another championship and adding it to 2 meaningless championships, right? Like, for what? I love the idea of this tournament, but the winner getting 2 irrelevant titles and a new championship, to me, is just, why? Have the winner get a world championship match at Revolution. Not that hard. So in the Gold League, we have Jon Moxley, Swerve Strickland, Roosh, Mark Briscoe, Jay Lethal, and Jay White. So the winner of this tournament is getting the ROH New Japan Strong and a new AEW championship. I like, who has done work with New Japan recently? Moxley, obviously. Swerve did a few New Japan stuff before he signed with AEW. Roosh is a AAA guy, so I highly doubt that New Japan wants a championship on Roosh. No. I'm sorry. Well, Roosh has always been a CMLL guy, but recently he's been doing a lot of stuff with AAA. So I don't know if they would want to put the title on Roosh. Mark Briscoe hasn't done anything for New Japan in years. Jay Lethal hasn't done anything for Japan in years. Jay White, obviously, something there, but he can't ever wrestle he can't ever wrestle in a New Japan ring ever again, according to the stipulation with Eddie Kingston earlier this year. So just going off of that, I think the obvious winners of the Gold League is either going to be Moxley or Swerve, and I would think that Swerve should win Gold League. I think Swerve is the obvious to win Gold League out of anybody in there. But I mean, to be fair, most of these names, these are good names. Jay White, Jay Lethal, Roosh, Briscoe, Strickland, and Moxley. Those are good names to have in it. In the Blue League, we have Danielson, Andrade, Brody King, Claudio, Eddie Kingston, and Daniel Garcia. Again, Danielson's working Wrestle Kingdom, but he's not going to be wrestling full time by the end of next year. So what good would it do to have Danielson win this? Andrade, again, I don't think New Japan wants to do anything with Andrade, even though he has history there. But due to the thing with AAA, who knows? Brody King has done a lot of stuff for Strong specifically, not necessarily in Japan, but he has done stuff with Strong before. Been on a lot of Strong tapings and New Japan shows in America. He also was a part of I think it was Best of Super Juniors when he was with Villain Enterprises. He went over with Japan with Marty Scurll to be like his like tag partner. So I could see Brody King winning it. Claudio, absolutely, I could see Claudio winning. And Eddie Kingston, of course. Eddie Kingston is currently the Strong and ROH champ. He does a lot of stuff in New Japan. And Daniel Garcia. Garcia, who has done stuff with Strong specifically, not necessarily in Japan. So a lot of connections in the Blue League as far as like Japan goes. So realistically, I could see anybody winning that. But if I had to pick, I'd have to say okay, the Blue League's harder than the Gold League. I want to say either Eddie Kingston or Danielson, but I don't think Danielson should win, so probably not Danielson. I'm just going to go with Eddie Kingston. That's my final. Eddie Kingston and Swerve Strickland at World's End. So the show kicks off, Dynamite, I should say, kicks off. Them breaking down the Continental Classic, which I just did. And we get Swerve versus Jay Lethal to open up, right? Fantastic match. Very good. Swerve wins with a Swerve stop. Swerve gets 3 points. And Lethal gets nothing. No, I'm glad Lethal's in this because I think a lot of people just forget that Lethal is a very good, excellent pro wrestler. He's been stuck with the Jarrett thing, and it's always annoyed me that he's been doing this stuff with Jeff Jarrett. I just know we're watching Lethal all the way back in the TNA days, and then watching him in Ring of Honor years ago when Ring of Honor was hot. It's a shame. It's a damn shame that Lethal isn't doing anything prominent on TV. He's too good to be doing this shit with Jeff Jarrett. This match right here proves that he can wrestle anybody, have good matches with anybody, and could be doing more on TV instead of doing this shit with Jeff. And Swerve absolutely needed the win. I don't think beating him here after that death match on pay-per-view would have been a good thing. But I would not have been opposed to Jay Lethal win. But again, the smart choice was Swerve to win. Now they didn't announce who anybody. They didn't announce like the second set of matches in the Gold League. I don't think. So we don't know who Swerve's wrestling next in the league. Don't know who Lethal's wrestling next in the league. So I'm curious to see how they have this lined up because like in New Japan in the G1 they pre-announce the matches before the tournament starts, so you know who wrestles who, what day, and stuff like that. They didn't do that here. They didn't announce every single match lineup for every show. Renee's backstage with Orange Cassidy Hook and Katsuyori Shibata. Before he says anything of importance, he gets interrupted by Wheeler Yuta, calls Hook a young boy, and he tells Shibata that he wants his Pure Championship back. So that's cool. Why wasn't this on Ring of Honor TV? They do all these angles with the ROH stuff on Dynamite on AEW TV and not on Ring of Honor TV. Probably why Ring of Honor is fucking a dead brand. MJF and Adam Cole come out. They're both crippled as shit. MJF puts over Jay White. Adam says he's still a long ways to go before he can wrestle. The lights go out, and we see the devil mask on the screen, and he's laughing his ass off. The screen cuts. Samoa Joe comes out. Now, a lot of people were on Twitter were saying this. It sounded like Jack Perry, and I'm just gonna be honest. I don't really know. I mean, if you could tell somebody's laugh, maybe you should go outside and touch grass. If you know exactly whose laugh that is, go touch grass. Jesus Christ. But as far as the devil goes, I mean, Adam was in the ring, Devil's on the screen. Maybe that's just a mislead to make people think it's not Adam Cole, but at this point, they haven't really done anything to further this devil thing. He just pops up on the screen every week, does nothing, says nothing. There's no development. There's no furthering anything with the devil. He just shows up on the screen. Sure, he laughed. That's cool, but like, what is he doing with this devil thing? At first it was intriguing. He's like, oh, who could be the devil? Yeah, yeah, yeah. But they haven't really done anything else. This devil thing besides have his goons beat up people and him pop up on a screen. You guys know what I'm trying to say? Like, do something else. Do something different. Do something that you don't do every week. Just have him show up on the screen. Anyways, so Joe comes out. MJF tells Joe to blow him. Adam tells MJF to be the man of his word and give Joe a world title shot. MJF says Joe want to be the first Ring of Honor legend he beats in Chicago twice. Fans booed because it was obviously a Punk reference. MJF says he'll give him the opportunity tonight. Joe says no, he wants MJF to be 100%. And they agree the match will take place at World's End in Long Island at Nassau Coliseum. So there's your main event for the next pay-per-view. Not Adam Cole. MJF and Samoa Joe. Now, all this bidding war 2024 stuff starts January 1st. The day before, let me see. December only. Oh, okay. It goes the 31st. Okay. So 2 days before MJF is allegedly a free agent. His last match before his contract is up, allegedly up, is against Samoa Joe. So if he is leaving, hypothetically, the only person he would drop the title to is Samoa Joe. And I don't believe that to be the case. I don't think Tony's putting the title on Samoa Joe. As much as I would love for Samoa Joe to finally win a fucking world championship, because this guy, for all the years he was in TNA, he had the title once. And for all the years he was in NXT, I think he held it, twice? And he never won the world championship on the main roster. And he was the Ring of Honor, longest running Ring of Honor world champion, but again, does that really mean a whole lot compared to what the fucking title's doing nowadays, in recent years? So as much as I would love to see Samoa Joe win that title, I don't think that's the case. I think we're gonna get the whole devil reveal, the pay-per-view, and Joe's gonna get screwed out the title or something. It's gonna be a fuck finish. I just have a feeling it's gonna be, people are sick and tired of Roman Reigns having these fuck finishes and all this interference bullshit. And we see it with MJF matches now. We saw it at Grand Slam, right? Fuck finish, screwy finish, shenanigans with Adam Cole. We saw it at Full Gear, shenanigans, interference. And now I just have a feeling we're gonna see more shenanigans in the fucking main event. Like, it's why I didn't like the MJF Jay White match at all. That's why I didn't like the Grand Slam match with Samoa Joe. All this tomfoolery and shenanigans, man, it's annoying. Got two companies, world champions, that do fucking shenanigans in their main event match. You know what company doesn't do that? TNA. Josh Alexander, Alex Shelley had a classic bell to bell physical technical wrestling match at their last pay per view. No shenanigans, no interference, nothing. Just straight wrestling. While we have MJF and Roman Reigns constantly having fucking tomfoolery matches. It gets really fucking old. Next, we had 2.0 Jake Hager versus Orange Cassidy, Hook, and Shibata. Orange Cassidy has a surprise for everybody. Out comes Danhausen. Pretty good reaction. Yeah, I'm not necessarily the biggest Danhausen guy, but I do find him funny sometimes. He does pop me a little bit here and there. Um, as far as the match goes, it was fine, quick. 2.0 and Jake Hager are just fucking atrocious. Daddy Magic has a lot of potential because of his talking ability, but these guys are the shits. Shibata and Hook tap out 2.0 simultaneously for the win. Oh man. This is just fine, I guess. Just fine. Adam Cole is backstage with Renee. Says he's proud of Max. Roddy and the Kingdom come into play. Tells Roddy to shut up. He's not best friends with him. Tells him to leave him alone. And Roddy looks sad. I'm so over this Roger Strong stuff. It's ran its course. I say it every week. It was funny at first, but it's just ran its course. They've done nothing different. It's the same shit every week. Except now we see him give Roddy have matches. But then he crawls back in his wheelchair and pretends he's still hurt. So, whatever. The Patriarchy comes out. Christian changes Luchasaurus' name to Killswitch, which is okay, I guess. I don't think this is going to last long. Luchasaurus is definitely going to turn on Christian, but if Luchasaurus turns on Christian, what is Luchasaurus going to do? This motherfucker can't talk. He can barely wrestle. What is he going to do on his own? Is he just going to leech back to somebody or be a tag team with somebody? I don't know. Christian is talking to Nick Wayne, and Nick Wayne could not keep a straight face to save his life. This shit was hilarious. Nick's mom comes out. Christian calls her a terrible mother. Says it's a good thing that her husband is dead anyway. Says that Buddy Wayne will never be as good as a wrestler as Christian is. Luchasaurus gets off his knees because Christian was telling him to get on his knees. But yeah, Luchasaurus gets up, gets in between Christian and Nick's mom. Christian shoves Luchasaurus into Nick's mom, causes her to get up, bump. Nick gets chairs to set up a concerto on his own mother. What a sick fuck. Christian goes to do it, but changes his mind and tries to make Luchasaurus concerto Nick's mom. Before Adam comes out, he clears house, he spears Nick, and he hits Nick Wayne with a concerto while his mom's looking in the corner. Good stuff, good segment. This furthers the storyline between Christian and Adam. Adam said that Luchasaurus and Christian is gonna turn on you, and Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne is gonna turn on Christian. No, that's what Adam said. One of his first promos back. So they're just using you, they're gonna turn on you. Source, for what it's worth, seems like he's gonna turn on Christian pretty soon. So good stuff here. Yeah, 2.0, Jake Hager and Anna Jay backstage. They're all confused about what's going on lately within the group. Daniel's doing all the dancing. Angelo's fucking around with Ruby. Hager's mad that Danhausen took his hat. It's all stupid. It's just this whole thing with 2.0 group. The Appreciators 2.0. It's just so stupid and lame. Hager is an MMA fighter, for what it's worth. He is undefeated in combat, for what it's worth. And he's just a fucking joke. He does nothing. I bet he's just collecting. He's probably one of the highest paid guys there. And he just does nothing. A guy that big, that look, he just does nothing for years. And Menard and 2.0, Menard and Parker had potential because of Menard. But again, they're just comedy guys who do bad comedy. Stuff is stupid, doesn't make, and it's just dumb. Anna Jay is the only redeeming factor of that whole group because she's gotten better ever since we've seen her on TV. She has a look. Everybody knows she's getting better at her promos. Get Anna Jay away from this shit. Get her on her own. Put her with somebody else. Hell, put her with Perry when he comes back. Make them like the Hollywood scumbag heel couple or whatever. Something. This segment is awful. This group is just it doesn't need to be on TV. Next, we have the second match in the Gold League. Roosh and Jay White. You know, a lot of people pointed this out on Twitter that when Jay was making his entrance, he only touched the Japan Strong title. And a lot of people think that he misses New Japan. Listen. I know a lot of people are mad and say that Jay White's buried because of what happened at Full Gear. And I get that point of view. But listen. For watching Jay White for years, since 2017, I first saw this guy. This was not the worst match he's ever had. It's up there, but that Full Gear match is not the worst thing he's done. Okay. Jay White is far from buried. And this match proved why. Him and Roosh had an excellent match. Granted, Jay, hit the I'd rather see low blows than fucking interference and ref bumps and all this other shit. I'd rather just see low blows than anything. So he low blows Roosh in the nutsack and hits a Blade Runner for the win. Jay White beats Roosh. Jay White gets 3 points. We had Big Bill and Ricky Starks beat up Jericho in the back. I'm assuming this happened after the media scrum. Then we had Tony Storm's acceptance speech. RJ City and Renee out there. They announced Tony Storm's name. She's in the crowd. Luther opens up the barricade. Tony comes up the ramp and she stumbles on herself. She gets to the mic. Mariah May comes out to present the Women's Championship to Tony Storm. She thanks Anthony Khan and Jack Warner of Warner Discovery. And they play her off. This was great. Very funny, entertaining. Tony Storm's killing this gimmick. I just hope it stays fresh and stays different and it doesn't get old fast as some of the other stuff they do on television. Roger Strong. Sky Blue comes out. She interrupts Tony's moment. She comes to the ring for a match against Anna Jay and Ruby Soho. This shit sucked. This match sucked. Just all again shenanigans, tomfoolery with Soraya, Matt Menard, and Angela Parker around the ring. Sky knocks Ruby off the apron into Angela's arms, and they share a moment and lock eyes. Soraya and Menard pull them away from each other, and they're both yelling at them respectfully. Sky hits a new finisher on Anna Jay for the win, and Sky Blue gets the win. Right woman won the match. The wrong woman got pinned. I think if you're just gonna have Ruby do this shit with Angela Parker, just beat her every time. She already loses every match she does anyway. Just go ahead and just beat her. Don't beat Anna Jay, who hasn't wrestled on TV in a while. Just continue to beat Ruby Soho. Ruby could be doing so much more stuff on this. She's probably one of the biggest WWE signing busts that Tony's had, besides Keith Lee. It's Ruby Soho. She's done fucking nothing of importance ever since she signed with AEW. Yeah, her stuff with Britt Baker at the beginning was good, right? That stuff was good. She had a good run in the TBS tournament. That was good, but the match with Cargill was sucked. But ever since, she's just been nothing important. And she's a name. She's a former WWE employee with a pretty good fan base. Because when she came in, everybody was behind her, and they were behind her for a while. But she just does nothing of importance. And now, think about this. She had a main event level match with Britt Baker when she came in, and now she's doing a side plot with Angelo Parker. Give a fuck if they're dating in real life. That's how far she's fell, right? Doing a really one of the best women's programs that this company has produced to just being a side plot with Angelo Parker. Ruby Soho. This shit sucks. Renee's backstage with Wardlow. Speaking of sucks, Renee asks, "What I've been wanting to know. What is Wardlow waiting for?" Now we saw him come back like almost 2 months ago, and he just comes in, has squash matches, and cuts vignette promos. That's all we've seen, and all of his vignette promos have been nothing about MJF. I'm sorry. Looks like we're not going to see anything between Wardlow and MJF seriously until January, at least. So this guy's been back since what? September. So by the time the year's over, it's just going to be 4 months of him wanting MJF, talking about MJF, and just nothing. Nothing comes out of it for 4 months. They've had one interaction together. One interaction. And MJF has brought him up once on his own. This shit sucks. Why bring him back and immediately have him focus on MJF when MJF hasn't acknowledged him hardly ever, and all Wardlow does is talk about him? For what? Why even do this? Stupid. Dante Fox comes in, interrupts him, calls him, says that Wardlow is blaming everybody else for his failures. Wardlow just headbutts him and walks off. Okay, whatever. Main event time: Mark Briscoe, Jon Moxley, Gold League tournament match. I'm glad Briscoe's in this thing because now we get to see how the world gets to see how good Mark Briscoe is as a single wrestler. They had a excellent match. It went about like 12 minutes though. I wish they would have gotten a little bit more time. But for what it was excellent. Good stuff. Briscoe was bleeding. He kicked out of a Death Rider, which hardly happens. I know it happens, but it's not like a finisher that constantly gets kicked out. Most other people. But Moxley gets the win. Curb stomps him and then hits him with another Death Rider for the win. Moxley gets 3 points. They shake hands. After the match, show good sportsmanship, and the show goes off the air. Pretty solid episode of Dynamite. A lot of, like I said, the 2.0 Ruby Soho, Jake Hager, and the Wardlow shit was like the only thing on the show I didn't like because it's just stupid. And the Roddy thing, but everything else on the show was really good. Good wrestling. And I can't wait to see who wins this Continental Classic. It got me interested, but again, it's just like have the winner get a guaranteed shot at Revolution. It's not that hard. It guarantees you to set up the next feud for MJF. Unless they're just gonna have Wardlow be the next guy, which should be as much MJF's meat's in Wardlow's mouth. Wardlow better be the next guy. Could have put Wardlow in this tournament, have Wardlow win the thing to set up the match at Revolution. Yeah, that's perfect. Wardlow could have been, I'm sick and tired of waiting for my opportunity, MJF. I'm entering myself in this tournament. I'm gonna win this tournament. I'm gonna get you at Revolution. Simple, easy, boom. You could have just did that, but whatever. Good show. Just a couple stuff that I didn't like. So review, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, notification bell, all that good stuff. Follow all my socials in the description below. Follow my Kick. I stream video games on Kick about 4 days of the week. You guys want to come talk wrestling, that just stop by. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Impact's review. They're not really advertising anything, just a lot of the old what is it, the turkey trot match or whatever. So that'd be cool to rewatch some of those. So if you guys want to come check out that review, you guys can Friday morning. So peace out.